Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to build a fund recovery website, as you can see right here. So quickly going to show you the demo, and after that I'm going to show you how to install this script. So it's actually a PHP script that you can use on any shared hosting account using cPanel, HPanel, or any other one you want to use. So let's get started into this video. So this is basically the demo. It's looking pretty much simple, as you can see, and it also has the track my case feature. So let's quickly go ahead and track a case. But before I do that, you can see the user dashboard right here, as well as the admin dashboard, all logged in. So I'll pretty much show you a few notable features. So let's go ahead and track a case. Okay, so if I go back to the website and I can click on track my case right here, and of course I'm gonna drop in the case ID and click track, and there we go. The case information is here. You can see submitted this date. And then of course you can contact us now, or you can go ahead and create a new account, as well as you can make a payment right here. Okay, so have a question about this case, make payment, and then you're gonna see the payment information with the crypto wallet right here. I'm also gonna show you how to set up this crypto wallet from the admin. So let's hop onto the admin account and let's scroll to this left sidebar right here, also known as the menu. So we have a lot of sections, such as the insight, where you can see the analytics, the audit log. We also have these settings right here, very important section where you can set up the crypto wallet. So let's click on that. And over here you can see the crypto wallet. If you want to enable the BTC, you're gonna leave it checked right here and go ahead and enter your BTC wallet and click save. As well as the ETH, the USDT TRC20, the USDT ERC, and whatsoever. You can also enable payment stages right here. So if you want these payment stages to be more than one, you can enable more than one, select their currencies, and you're good to go. So let's move over to the email SMTP section, where you can go ahead and set up the SMTP settings of your website. So let's move on. And here we have the send email. So from the website, you can send emails to the users of your website directly from the admin account. So let's go over to the main features of this website. So let's go over to the all requests, basically the homepage of the admin. Okay, so over here you can see all the cases that you have on the platform, and then you can go ahead and track any other one from the ticket, and admin can chat up the user. So let's go ahead and click chat for this option right here. So over here you can see this ticket and you can see the present chat right here. Okay, so basically the user chatted up, hello James, and of course the admin responded, and the chats are pretty much real time. Okay, so they're gonna drop real time even without reloading the pages. So let's go over to the user dashboard, and then let's check the case ID of the one that we just entered. The case ID is ending with 487. And here we have the 40. Okay, that's 0 actually. So I'm going to click into that chat with James right here, and then you can see the current chat exactly. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and message that user right now. Hello user. Immediately I send it. If I move over to the user dashboard, and you can see the message just dropped even without reloading this page right here. So the messages drop in real time. Okay, it's just as if you're chatting on WhatsApp or on Telegram. So let me also go ahead and reply, hello admin. And then there we go. Let's go over to the admin, and there we have it. The system has an inbuilt chat system where the admin and the users can have a chat. And also you can notice that they are what we call agents. Okay, so let me click on agent. I'm currently at the admin dashboard, so let me click on agent, and here we have a handful of agents. We have Daniel, we have James, we have Priya, and we have Sarah. So if you notice from the user dashboard, the particular agent for this case right here is basically James. Okay, now from the admin I can also, okay, let me go ahead and click on all requests, and let's go ahead and select that request right here. Now you can see that the agent that the case is assigned to is the James right here. So if I click into that chat, I can go ahead and respond as James, and I can also go ahead and respond as the super admin. As you can see, I'm sending messages to this chat as the admin. Now I can also choose to send messages as James right from the admin. Now you can see sending as James right here. So that's it with the chat system, very robust chat system. From the admin section, you have a lot of chats from different users right here. So this one is from Instagram, this one is from Bitcoin, whatever. Let's go ahead and click on the verifications. You can as well collect verification details. All the client accounts are going to be lined up right here. And then, of course, they're going to submit their KYC details. And of course, you're going to have to take a look at them and decide if you want to verify or not. So from here, I'm going to click on the support inbox. From this inbox, you can have a preview of any chat that has a new message. And by the way, you can also create more admin accounts. When you go over to the system and click on the admin users, over here you can create more admin users by entering their username, their full name, email, and password. And then you can select their role as super admin, case manager, finance, or viewer. And then of course, click on create admin user and you're good to go. For the branding and logo, you can go ahead and enter your website name as well as the logo right here, okay? And then we have another feature called the success stories, very robust feature. Let me go ahead and open that up, and then you can see the success stories right here. The success stories basically display on the front end of the website. And also to make your life easy, they are automatically generated from the admin. So from the website, if I click on the success stories, and there you can see a lot of success stories. What do they say? And you can see the message right here. You can click into it and then you can have a clearer vision of the success story right here. You can see how much recovered, and then you can see the outcome fully resolved. So you can automatically generate these success stories. You can see that. Now to generate a success story, you have few options to add new success stories manually. And you also have an option to automatically generate success stories, which is pretty nice. Over here, I'm going to leave it at 10 and 40, and I'm going to click on clear and generate all. And there we go. Cleared all stories and regenerated 40 fresh entries. So if you come over here, you're going to see fresh stories. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool feature if you ask me. So next stage, I'm going to show you how to install this script. And I promise you it's pretty simple. You actually don't need to be a developer to be able to install this script. All you just need to do is to pay attention closely to this video and the steps that I will undergo in this video, and you'll be pretty much good to go. So let's get into it. Installing this script on a shared hosting account is a pretty simple thing to do. As you can see, I am already logged into my cPanel. All you need is your domain name and hosting account. A very reputable place I recommend for your domain name and hosting is HostCreed. They offer offshore hosting that is suitable for this kind of website. As you can see, if you go over to the hosting on their platform, you can see offshore hosting right here. So from here, you can get an offshore hosting which is suitable for this kind of website. I've already gotten mine and I've logged into my cPanel. So let's get started installing this script. From my cPanel home, I'll scroll all the way down to the files section and I'm going to click on File Manager. So I'll open up the public_html. If you want to get the script file, I'm going to leave my contact details in the description of this video. So you can shoot me a DM and you have access to the file. From my public_html, I'm going to click on upload. And of course, I'm going to drag and drop the file right here. The file is very little in size. Because of that, it's going to be very fast to upload. Whenever the button's green, I can now click on go back. Now that I've uploaded the file, I'm going to right click on the file and extract, and I'll click extract once again to extract it to the public_html. So I'm just going to close this and you can see the extraction is now successful. So you can now see all the whole files and directories that makes up the website. So the most important one I'm going to make sure to let you know in this video is the includes directory. So I'm going to enter into the include directory, but before I do that, I'll show you the SQL directory right here. So if I open up this SQL folder, I can see the database schema file. So I can just right click and download this file. We'll be needing this file when we get to our PHP My Admin. So I've downloaded the database schema file. So I'll head back up one level and then I'm going to enter into the includes directory. From here, I'm going to open up this config.php. So this is the file we need to connect our database to the script. Then I'm going to right click on edit and I'm going to click on edit again. Over here, we need to include our database information. As you can see, the DB user, the DB password, and the database name. To get that, let's go ahead and create our database. So head back to my cPanel home and I'm going to click on databases wizard from the databases section. So I'm going to click on that. And I pretty much want to follow the database wizard from step 1 down till when I create the database. So I'm going to call the database refund. Next step, the database user, I'm also going to call it refund. And here, let me go ahead and generate a password. So let's say this password is okay. So I'm going to copy that. Copy. I have copied, of course, and then use this. And then I'm going to click on create user. The user has been created. Now I need to connect the user to the database. And then I need to grant this user all the privileges to manage the database. If I click all privileges right here, the entire privileges are going to be selected at once. Then I'm going to click on make changes. And here we are good to go. If you can notice closely, both the user and the database are the same thing because I used refund and they are preceding by the cPanel username. So we're good to go. Now let me head back to my config.php file. And over here, you can see I have to edit these details right here for the database connection. So over here, it says the database user. But before I do that, I already have the database password on my clipboard. So in order not to lose that, I'm going to have to edit the database password first. So I'm going to paste in that. So here is my database password, and then I'll head back and I'm going to just copy one of these since the two are the same thing. Come back here for the database user. I'm going to paste in that as well as for the database name right here. And we have a couple of more details to fill up right here, such as the website URL. I'm going to head back to my cPanel. Let's click on the cPanel logo, and then I'm going to go ahead and copy the website URL right here. Copy that. So I'm going to paste that in right here. Okay, so just go ahead and replace this with your domain name. Over here, it says the email from. So let's also go ahead and create a domain email. I'm going to click on the email account from the cPanel home. And from here, I'm going to click on create to create a new email account. I'm just going to call it contact. And then I'm going to create a password for that. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll all the way down and click create. And then we have contacts at this domain name right here. Okay, so I'm going to hit connect devices. And then let's head back to the file, and here it says from email, right? So I'm going to go ahead and copy the email address right here. I'll come back and I'm going to replace this. And then for the from name, I'm going to call it whatever I want to call it, right? Let's say I'm going to call it this. So let's use the same email as the admin email. And if you look a few lines below, you're also going to see the SMTP settings. So let's go ahead and fill up these options. So the options that we are going to need is basically here, right? So when it comes to the SMTP host, we're going to use the outgoing server because we need to send out emails from the website. So our email address is obviously the SMTP user, and the password we set while creating the email. All the information that we need is basically here. So I'm going to replace that over here, the SMTP host. First off, I already have the email copied to my clipboard, so I'm going to make do with that first. Here it says the SMTP user, so I'm going to go ahead and paste in the email that I just copied right here. For the SMTP host, let's go ahead and copy that. You can see the outgoing server, so go ahead and copy whatever you see here, and then I'm going to paste it at the SMTP host just like this. For the SMTP port, it's going to be 465. If you want to confirm that, come over to this page and you're going to see the SMTP port right here, 465. Go ahead and set up your password, the password that you set while creating the email account right here. For the SMTP secure, just leave it at the SSL. And you're good to go. Go ahead and click Save Changes. One more thing that we need to do to bring up this website is to import the SQL file. And to do that, let's head over to the cPanel home. Scroll the way to the databases section and click on the PHP My Admin. From this page, go ahead and locate the database that you just created. As you can see, the one that we just created right now, I'm going to click on that, and you can see it's basically empty. To fill it up, you pretty much want to click on import, and you can remember the database file that I downloaded a moment ago, the one I got from the SQL folder. Basically, I downloaded it to my PC, and then I'm going to choose it. After selecting that from my PC, scroll down and click on import, and you can see the database schema has been imported. The one more thing you need to do is to set the admin password, the super admin password. So to do that, go ahead and click on the admin users table, and over here you can see that we currently have one admin user right now. So I'm going to click on edit, And over here, we need to edit the email password. Most importantly, you can as well go ahead and edit the name right here from super admin to whatsoever, as well as the username password. To edit the password, I'm going to click on this drop down right here. I'll scroll all the way down to the last option where it says password underscore hash parentheses PHP function. So I'm going to click that option, and over here, I'm going to remove this entire gibberish right here, and I'm going to paste in my password. Let's say my password is this. For the email, you can just go ahead and enter your email right here. Let's say my email is going to be login@mail.com. So I'm going to scroll all the way down and click on go. By doing that, we've successfully edited the admin email and password. So let's go ahead and load up the website and let's see if it's working properly. So I'm going to click on my domain name from the cPanel. And here, the website is pretty much up and running. To access the admin dashboard, you can do that from your domain name /admin. And here we'll have the admin is up and running. So let's go ahead and log into the admin. I can log into the admin using the username, which you can remember right here is admin. And then the password that I just set, the new one, and then sign in. And there we have the admin logged in successfully. So you can pretty much see how simple it is to install this script. If you need this script, I will leave my contact details in the description of this video. So if you like this video, please kindly give it a thumbs up. If you have any question, leave it in the comment section. And if you're new to my YouTube channel, please hit the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on the notification. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye for now.